welcome back to another video. So today's video, I wanted to do something light and fun, and this is something that I think we will be putting in practice a lot during the next few months because a lot of us struggle with the cold and the bad weather, and just the festive season will be hard on our bodies. So this is my 15 favorite things to do when I am in a flare or having a bad day or having a rest day. I'm sharing with you guys what I like to do in hopes that it will, one, give you some ideas, and two, make you sort of look forward to rest days and see these like bad downtime days as something a bit more positive and something a bit more like self-care and you time. I don't know. I hope this helps. Okay, first thing on the list, and my favoriteest thing to treat myself with on a bad day is a hot chocolate with tons of marshmallows. I also have hot chocolate with marshmallows other days when I fancy it, but I always treat myself with this if I feel like it because it is something that's like sweet and warm and just like makes me happy inside, and it's like such a treat, especially at Christmas time. I have it like in a festive mug and it just makes me feel really warm and cozy, especially when I'm having like a bad day mentally as well. It's something that really cheers me up. Number two is light a bunch of fairy lights, candles, and bring my duvet and my pillows all over to the sofa, surround myself with blankets, and just make it a really cozy space. Not like a fort, although if you like doing that, that's a great idea, but just like a really cozy space where it's all like nice and warm and just makes you feel comfortable. Number three is put on my favoritist pajamas, my favorite socks, and just all of my favorite things. So I either wear a really nice set of pajamas that are really warm and comfortable and that I like, or I wear a onesie that's really fluffy and cozy and it makes me feel really comfortable. So one or, and I always have like really comfortable socks and socks that I really like. And I like changing out of the pajamas that I was sleeping in because it makes you feel, even though you're still in pajamas, that you changed, you know, that you got out of those clothes and now you're, you know, doing your day. So I think that helps like psychologically, and yeah, I have favorite pajamas. I'm sure you have too. Number four is working on little craft projects that I normally don't have time for. Normally I do cross stitching, and I really like doing little projects like that, especially to gift to my friends and family. And it's something that really helps me pass the time. But sometimes, you know, I want to finish reading a book, I want to finish editing a video, I have housework to do, I have other things that I need to be doing. So I tend to feel like I don't have time to finish a lot of projects and a lot of little designs that I want to do. So when I have a down day or, you know, a bad flare day or something, if the pain's not too much, I normally like to spend a little while doing a little bit of something crafty because it makes me feel like I've accomplished something, and it makes me focus on something else than how bad I'm feeling, and just helps me feel a bit productive. Number five is watch all the Harry Potter films back to back. And I'm not embarrassed about this at all. I literally probably watch a Harry Potter movie every week, maybe more. Last week when I was flaring really badly, I definitely watched all of them more than once. It's just something that makes me feel good, it makes me feel better. I love the movies, I love the books, I'm a super diehard Harry Potter fan, so watching all the movies is something that really like brings me joy and comfort. Number six is very similar, and it is watching a lot of animation films. When I don't want to watch Harry Potter, which is rare, but sometimes it happens, I like watching, you know, Disney films, Pixar, DreamWorks. I just love animation. It's something that I really like, and I have a few on DVD, and the ones that I don't, you know, you can find things on Netflix, especially things that have sequels like Shrek or Toy Story or something that have like more than one that you can watch like one after the other. I like doing that. Number seven is read. And I know that I am kind of alone in this because a lot of people, when they're flaring and stuff, don't like to read because they can't focus or the book's too heavy or whatever. I like reading. It makes me feel good. It helps my brain from scattering too much. So I actually really like it, and I find that it helps distract me from the pain. Whenever I have a down day and I get to like just sit and read like a whole book, it makes me happy. You know, you can spend the whole day reading if you want to because it's okay. You're not doing anything anyway. So Number 8 is adult coloring books and other kinds of, painting or drawing that are entertaining and that help you not only with your anxiety and maybe a little bit of the sadness of the day, but also they keep your mind from the pain, they keep your mind from like scattering too much. It doesn't require too much attention like reading a book because all you're doing is coloring. Again, it's kind of creative, it's kind of fun, and it's a good distraction. Number 9 is watching nature documentaries. So in one of my previous videos, I talked about how watching nature documentaries by David Attenborough really helps me with my migraines and whenever I'm feeling like really overwhelmed. And I just love it. It makes me so happy. It's like, not only do I love his voice and his like way of describing everything, which is so magical and wonderful and beautiful, but the images are beautiful and the world and nature is such a beautiful, powerful thing. It makes me reflect on my life. It makes me feel so happy that there are animals and that nature exists, and I just love it. I don't know, it just makes me feel like my worries and my problems are not as big as they are. So I don't know, I really like nature documentaries. Number 10 is catching up on series or YouTube videos. Now I watch a few shows on Netflix and I also really love YouTube and I love watching YouTube videos, and there's a lot of people that I follow on YouTube. And often when I am doing my own thing and I have work to do and I have, videos to film and to edit and things to do, I don't often have the time to watch everybody that I want to watch and to, consume all of the videos and all of the series that I want to. So I find that whenever I have a down day, I'm always like, yeah, okay, great. I get to like catch up on my YouTube. I get to catch up on everything that I'm missing. Number 11 is browsing online shops. And this is something that I really like doing when I'm down. I don't often buy anything. I like to browse all the vintage shops and see what's new and see what I want to get, if I want to get anything. I just like browsing, looking at what's out there. And often when you see things like you just browsing online, you get a lot of ideas for outfits or for things to do at home. I feel like it's something that keeps me busy without me having to think too much. Number 12 is finding new people to follow on Instagram or Twitter or YouTube. So a lot of time when you have downtime, when you're sick for a few days, you'll get bored of doing all the other things that you already did. So I find that finding new accounts on Instagram or Twitter or like on YouTube is a really fun thing, and it's a really good way to spend that time. And often you find new people who also have similar conditions or similar problems or challenges, or people that you relate to, or people that you just like to watch. Number 13 is having a hot bath with lots of bubbles and a face mask and everything. Oftentimes when I have a bad day or a flare day or something, before bed I like having a hot bath with lots of bubbles, do a sheet mask, moisturize, It depends how much energy I have and how well I feel, but oftentimes, a sheet mask is really easy. I've already talked about this in another video. So I like to just have like a nice long bath that smells really nice, and then you put on fresh pajamas to go to sleep, and you feel really good, and it's like you gave yourself another treat. You gave yourself something that's gonna help you sleep, that's gonna make your body feel a little bit less pain, and it's just like a nice way to end the day. Number 14 is bake something. Now this is kind of not always possible. So sometimes, especially during weekends, if my boyfriend is home and I really feel like cake or a cupcake or something that we don't have, we will find a recipe and like cook it together and bake it together. And oftentimes I just sit in the kitchen and tell him where everything is while he actually bakes the cake, but I still consider it baking. And I really like doing that because we have a lot of fun doing it and we get a lot of memories together. And also we have a fun treat at the end, and I have cake for a whole week normally. So I think that's also a nice little activity that you can do. It depends, it depends. I can't always do that, but it is one of my favorite things to do when I am sick and I can't do anything. And number 15, which is the last one, is playing board games or playing games on my phone. Again, if my boyfriend is home with me, I really like playing like Trivial Pursuit or other games, other board games that we can play together, because it helps me pass the time. It helps me not think too much about my pain. Normally I get bored of watching too much TV, and it's a fun thing for us to do together. But yeah, most of the time I like to just like find new games on my phone and play. You can find like really fun games as well. So yeah, that's another thing that I really like to do. Yeah, that's my 15 favorite things to do when I have a flare day or a bad day or a rest day. Yeah, I think it's just really important for us to see downtime and rest time as something constructive and positive and not as something bad. If you see it as a good thing and as a nurturing thing, then you're gonna be more likely to do it than if you see it as like not being able to do things. I also wanna share with you guys something that I'm really excited about and that I'm a little bit also nervous about. I'm in the process of creating a Patreon page. If you don't know what a Patreon page, it is somewhere where you can subscribe basically or pledge to a person or a creator, and you pledge that you will pay a certain amount of money every month, and you have rewards that we give you for each like tier of subscription. I'm still working on it and I'm still thinking about what to do about it. I think it'll be good for me and it'll be good for the channel. I will make a video more in depth about it and about what it is and how you can join and my reasons for doing it. But what I really want from you today is if you could give me your suggestions. What do you think would make it worth your while to subscribe to that? And don't forget, you can share this video with your friends and your family so that maybe they can help you recreate some of these things or do some of these things with you in case you have a bad day and they might want to keep you company. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to give it a like and leave me a comment. Tell me what are your favorite things to do when you have a bad day. So maybe I have a few more to add to my list. And consider subscribing to my channel. It would mean so much to me and it would really help me a lot. Thank you so much for watching and I will see you in the next video. Bye!